I've had so many people talk about,
Desiree, why don't you just stop using products altogether? Why don't you just stop using products? Like, stop using products, stop using oils, stop using shampoos, just use water.
Hey everyone, it's me, Desiree Marie. Welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about my 3-year lock journey and the things no one has told me about growing my locks. These are all things that I have discovered within my journey. So this is me speaking about my experience. So I'm not really necessarily talking about anyone else, but I just wanted to share some things that I discovered as I have grown my locks now. And if you've been watching me this far, you know that I share everything concerning my journey. I've had locks now for 3.5 years. I started my locks with braid locks and then switched them right over to 2-strand twists all by myself. I've grown my hair all by myself, maintained it, sometimes with the help of my mom, and now I'm still locked. I have this new hair color, which is like considered a honey blonde hair color, which you probably can't see in its totality on this video, but yeah, that's just pretty much like a quick rundown of where I've been in my lock journey. But if you want to know more about my hair and my struggles growing locks and everything that I've done in order to grow my locks to this point, go ahead and subscribe, okay? Because I upload almost every day fresh, fun content just to keep you inspired and motivated on your journey. So yeah, there's just so many things that I want to get into, and as you guys know, I'm writing it in my book. Look at my book, how cute is this? I wrote it down in my book, everything that I have not known before, but I now know. As I'm looking back on my 3.5 years, there's just some things that I didn't know exactly as I was starting my lock. So I want to share that with you guys. Okay, so I'm 3.5 years locked now, and what I did not know when I started my locks is that eventually I would get bored despite the versatility of locks. Guys, locks are so versatile. You can do just about anything you want with them. You can do pretty much the same things that you did with your loose natural hair style-wise with locks. So I know when I started my locks, I started them with 2-strand twists. Started this set with 2-strand twists because I was starting to get tired and bored with my loose natural hair. There's just some things that I was just a little irritated about, and I've always looked to locks as something beautiful, like a beautiful style that women have, and it just really enhanced their beauty for some reason. And locks just seemed a whole lot easier to manage than my loose natural hair. I have a whole video where I talk about the differences between loose natural hair and locked hair, so I will link that up above and down below in case you want to check it out later. But I started my locks mainly because I was getting frustrated with my loose natural hair, and I've always been very very intrigued with locks. I was very curious with locks and how it would look on me, because I always did the Senegalese twist. I've always done braided styles, so I thought, okay, let's do a permanent braided style. And what is that? That is locks, you know? So I did my 2-strand twists. First I asked my mom to do the braid locks, and then I started my lock journey, and now I have 2-strand twists. But I didn't realize, okay, moving forward into my lock journey, that I would eventually get bored and a little restless. I always thought, okay, I'm never gonna be bored with my locks. I'm just gonna keep growing them, and as they get longer, I'm gonna do so many things with them. There's no way that I'll ever get bored. Guys, I have a video also where I talked about just me ranting about how bored I was with my locks just a few weeks ago. And it is something that is completely, it's so normal. Like, I feel like when people hear about these topics, like being bored with your hair and wanting to cut them, wanting to comb out your locks, I feel like people are more, like, they more so look at people that are being honest in that way with judgment. And I don't think that's fair, because it is completely natural for people to get bored and a little restless with their hair. We talk about there's no ugly stages in locks. That's true, because locks are beautiful in every way, but there are certain frustrating points within your lock journey that everyone goes through. You're gonna have times when, me personally, you wrestle with buildup issues and you're trying to remove that out your hair because of some things that you didn't do right, or the things that you did do right but you didn't do it the way that you should have. You're gonna have times when your hair is frizzier than you really want it to be. You're gonna have times like me, as you think that I would have, like, I have long, you know, locks and I'm satisfied, but before I was unsatisfied because I started to feel like I was just not manicured the way that I wanted to be. I didn't feel cute. I didn't feel glamorous. I mean, I'm not a glamorous chick, but I didn't feel stylish. Me, naturally, I love to switch up my look and feel my best through expressions of, you know, changing up my hair and changing up my look, my clothing and stuff like that. Those things are very, very important to me as a woman. And if you could be honest, it's important to you too. Some of us are, it's very important because our expressions are, it mostly appears in the way that we do our hair or our makeup and the way that we present ourselves to other people. And so me working from home and mainly being home, I kind of, I guess you could say, let myself go, and I didn't feel my best. So therefore I was looking at my locks like, okay, like, come on now, you know, my locks were the same every day unless I curl them or style them, and I just didn't feel cute no matter what I would do. So that's when I made the decision to color my locks. And if you feel bored or a little like anxious in your lock journey, that's a great time to step back and think things through. Is it because you're truly bored with your locks? Is it because of maybe something else going on in your life? Do you want to comb out your locks? Do you want to cut them? Do you want to restart your journey? Those things are just fine. You should not allow anyone to place judgment on you for doing what you want to do with your God-given hair. Because God gave us our hair and He's given us authority to do what we want with it, you know? As long as we're not hurting anyone, there's nothing wrong with doing what you find best to do with your set of hair. That was a little long-winded, right? But I just wanted to talk about that because it's very real that we can get bored with our locks, we can get bored with our hair, no matter how long it looks, and other people are like, oh great, your hair looks so good. Everyone deals with it. So I just wanted to get that out there first. Another thing that I'd like to share is that locks are not a one-sized thing. And for me, starting off, I already kind of had that perception that my locks would look different from someone else's. However, I thought that our hair would eventually turn out kind of similar, almost the same. And that's not completely true because my hair is naturally different from other people's hair. I don't have the thickest set of, you know, locks. I don't have thick hair, high density hair. I kind of have like medium density hair, and so that's why my locks are the way that they are now. They are not super thick. I don't have, you know, hundreds of locks. I have a little over 100 locks, and you know, when you have what you have, you just have to make it work unless you decide that you want to do something different to change that. But otherwise, you just have to embrace what you've got and keep moving forward with it. I also, and this is so important because I know a lot of us, we love YouTube. We love learning about our natural hair and our locks on YouTube. But you cannot learn your hair on YouTube. There's only but so much that you will learn about hair care on YouTube, but otherwise it's up to you to learn your hair. Your hair is different from anyone else's hair unless you find someone with like the same texture and the same kind of curl pattern and whatnot. But ultimately you have to learn your hair for yourself. And I mean, we all talk about, you know, we're on a lock journey. everyone's journey may look the same, but everyone goes through different things within that journey that is customized to them and to their personal, you know, biology and the way that they live day to day and all that. There's so much that goes into how your hair looks and grows. So you cannot learn everything on YouTube. You eventually have to go through the trials and tribulations of learning what works for your hair and what does not. I've had so many people talk about,
Desiree, why don't you just stop using products altogether? Why don't you just stop using products? Like, stop using products, stop using oils, stop using shampoos, just use water.
I cannot just use water. Like, I don't know why people feel like just because that works for you, it will work for me. My hair will be
dry
if I decide that I only was going to use water in my locks. So that's something that I know to be true within my journey because I've taken the time to get to know my hair in its lock state. And I'm still learning. There's still some things that I messed up on. You guys know that because I'm very real on my channel. But just because water only routines work for you, it does not mean that it will work for someone else. Everyone's got a different set of hair. Some hair types get really, really dry and it requires much more than just water to moisturize. You need oils, you need a leave-in conditioner, you need something more to maintain moisture, or you're going to end up with breakage and hair damage problems, issues further along your journey because you decide that you want to listen to one person and allow their one size journey to become what you decide to do with your hair. Everyone's hair is different. You've got to learn it for yourself. And yes, there will be times when you make mistakes. You guys see that all the time. I'm not a lock expert, but I come on here and I share everything that I do with my hair in hopes to, you know, build a community and share with you and also inspire and motivate you. You know, I'm not here standing up and trying to act like I am this big lock guru. No, I'm learning my hair just like everyone else, but the only difference is I decided to make it public and share it with thousands of other women and men just like me. So and just, you know, me, I had to learn that for myself because when I first went loose natural, I learned everything on YouTube. But everything that I learned on YouTube, I tried to apply it to my own hair and nothing worked. Like, just maybe 20% of the things that I saw on YouTube worked for my hair. It was totally up to me to test out different products, see what works for me, see what routine works. Does this work? Okay, then I'll continue using that. If another product doesn't work, okay, now I know to throw it out. You have to be willing to fail. You will not get it right all the time. You have to be willing to fail in order to grow on a lock journey, on a natural hair journey, on a life journey. You guys, this can get even deeper than just hair. You have to be willing to actually put one foot after the other and take your own journey, your own walk before you can actually look at someone else's journey and compare yours to theirs. You have to be willing to walk this thing out yourself and be willing to fail at times. It's just what happens, okay? So some of y'all can come on here and tell me how I'm doing wrong, but I am walking out my personal journey in hopes to learn as I grow, you know? So yeah. Guys, another thing I did not realize, okay, and you know, I kind of realized, but I didn't realize to the fullest extent as this. When you have locks and you do get built up issues, do not pick inside of the locks or you will instantly end up with a weak lock. This happened to me. Guys, you know I've been talking about my build-up issues, or build-up issues, because I don't want to claim it to be my build-up issues, but I've been very transparent with that and I'm very proud of my struggles because it's causing me to grow and to learn. So if you guys see me with build-up it's okay. Sis is getting through some things, but she's gonna learn and get better after this. And so I didn't realize that, okay, I knew that, okay, you shouldn't pick your locks, but it is very addicting. You should not pick your locks constantly. And so what I did is, when I had buildup issues, I was just becoming really obsessed with getting that buildup out, so much so that I actually went into the mirror, looked into the mirror, took my fingers in and actually dug into the lock. And that was detrimental to a few of my locks that I've had to cut because they instantly grew limp. Like I would, you know, have them hanging out like this, and at the ends where it's weak, it would just be limp. It would not even like stick up like this, it would just hang over. So something that I didn't know is that picking your locks could be really, really addicting, and you should not do it at all. If you do get buildup, try your best to get it out by shampooing, washing, ACV rinsing, you know, Dawn dish detergent thing and all that stuff, whatever you choose for you. But you should stop if you feel like, okay, I need to get that embedded stuff out. If all the other things are not working, another great option is to color your hair, and that's what I did, and I'm very happy about it. Many people go darker when they decide to color over the buildup and the embedded stuff. And there's also something called an ink pen, or some kind of like dye pen. There's so many things that you can do to kind of hide and conceal the buildup if that's a big issue for you, but you want to keep your hair, you don't want to cut them or comb them out. So this is all to say, picking your locks can be very, very addicting, so try not to do it. Another thing that I didn't realize, and I'm being really transparent here, and I think I'll end it with this, is that with growing my locks on YouTube and showing my journey and all of my ups and downs, the good, the bad, and the ugly, I didn't realize that I would actually experience like feelings of shame actually coming on camera or actually being out in the world. Guys, you know, when I was struggling with my huge buildup issues, I didn't realize that I would actually feel really, really self-conscious with my hair, so much so that I would like hide them and always think that somebody's watching them or scrutinizing it from afar, which is true if you decide to take your journey, you know, YouTube style or you know, public. But I didn't realize that I would actually come to a point where I would feel shame for the way that my hair looked. I always, you know, celebrated the fact that I grew my hair very beautifully, but I didn't realize that there would be a time when I would struggle the most with my hair and actually do receive like criticisms and negative comments and just bashing and disgusting things from a community that I actually enjoy being a part of, the lock community. So I didn't realize that there would be a time when I would actually kind of low-key despise the community and wonder, do I really want to continue growing my locks and being a part of this if this is how I am being treated within this community? But one thing is, you have to know exactly why you're locking your hair and why you're growing it, and stand by your decision and not allow someone else's negative comments to get to you. And nowadays I don't even allow the good comments to get to me too much, because I know that people's opinions fluctuate just like the wind, and I cannot. And the thing is, content creators, we're held to a standard that, oh, she must know everything, she must be a guru, she must be perfect, she must have like the most perfect locks and the most perfect routine. Me, like I said, I don't consider myself to be an expert, but I do decide to make my journey, my ups and my downs, my failures and my successes, to be more public before you guys, so that you guys can come along my journey and grow community together. So I don't have it all together, as you guys know, and I've made it very, very known. I don't have it all together. I still struggle with different aspects with hair care, but we're all growing together, and I think that's a really beautiful thing when you can grow as a community and accept one another's failures, encourage one another, and not bash anyone because, oh, she must be doing something. She's not a real content creator. Look, I can't even get the words out, okay? I can't get the words out, but just let's everyone love one another through our ups and downs, our challenges, and be a little bit more gracious to content creators, especially when they do not profess to be experts in any way possible. So yeah, guys, those are all of the things that I didn't know about growing my locks, as I've had locks now for 3 years now, 3.5 years. I love my locks. Listen, don't get me wrong, I love my locks. I'm really happy with the decision I've made to grow them and to love them and to accept them as they are, as they go through their, you know, quote unquote ugly times, and when I have a great hair day, like today, kind of, sorta, you know what I'm saying? So it's all a part of the journey, loving yourself and growing and learning from your mistakes and finding better ways to implement better habits. So yeah, guys, what are some things that you didn't know about locks when you first started? Let us know down below, share down below so that we can kind of, you know, contribute to conversation and not feel so bad about some of the mistakes that we've made or didn't know moving forward into locking our hair, because so many of us don't know anything about locks when we just start. So we kind of learn as we grow them, and that's the beauty of having locks. You're learning as you're growing, and your locks reflect your personal growth as you learn and grow. Did I just say that again? Okay. Thank you guys for watching. I hope that you enjoyed and that you were inspired and motivated during this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe for many more videos just like this one, and become a part of the Nazi Curl Club. The Nazi Curl Club is a quarterly subscription box for women with locks. We include Black-owned businesses, organic hair care, lifestyle and self-care items that we package together in a lovely box and send it straight to your doorstep every quarter of the year. So if you want to join the list, if you want to join the club, you can go ahead and purchase your first box, or just become a part of the Nazi list, which is our email list, where you can have special VIP access to a lot of the behind the scenes work, and you also get special say-so as to what will be in the upcoming boxes. So yeah, that's our club that we celebrate our hair, and we just love on one another and encourage one another through sharing Black-owned businesses and women entrepreneur products. So yeah, join. I have the code down below, and yeah, thank you guys for watching. I love you so much, and I will see you in the next video. Later, guys. Bye.